The 10 smallest Italian brainrots. Number 10. Chef Crabra-Cadabra. This conjuring crustacean is one of the most eccentric and, curiously, smallest of the brainrots. Chef Crabra-Cadabra is essentially a crab with the talents of a chef and a sorcerer. The size of a common crab, but with a supernatural aura. Legend has it that he was reborn as Chef Crabra-Cadabra, a demonic crab from the Mariana Trench, banished to the kitchen between realms. This gives him a dark and comical backstory. Imagine a small crab in a chef's hat, waving its pincers to cast culinary spells from an interdimensional kitchen. In the Tales of Italian Brainrot, Chef Crabra-Cadabra prepares magical dishes whose flavors can cause astonishing effects. One of his stews might make giant mushrooms grow, and a maritime soup could summon a miniature storm inside a pot. Although his size is small, his antics are legendary. He scurries across countertops and cauldrons, mixing enchanted ingredients. His googly eyes peer out from boiling pots as he recites magical words in pseudo-Italian. As a culinary master of the paranormal, this tiny crab proves you don't have to be big to cook up something big in the brainrot world. Number 9. Sfinino bombondino. Sfinino bombondino combines the adorable with the explosive in a very compact body. This creature is a hybrid of a pink piglet and a hand grenade with a lit fuse. Imagine a toy-sized pig with a smoking wick on its back and a mischievous expression on its snout. It is, as fans describe it, the ultimate fusion of chaos and cuteness. A piglet as sweet as candy, but as lethal as a bomb. Its tiny size allows it to sneak into almost any space and run away just before going boom. Within the Italian brainrot universe, Sfinino bombondino is usually the group's explosives expert. He loves to play practical jokes. Sometimes he hides among sweets and pastries, passing for an innocent bonbon, until he decides to give an explosive scare. His explosion isn't devastating enough to destroy the other characters. Fortunately, the laws of physics are cartoonish here, but it does leave everyone covered in soot with their ears ringing. After detonating, this little pig always reassembles itself, ready for the next prank. Its mix of innocence and danger perfectly encapsulates the ridiculously exaggerated humor of the brainrots. Even the smallest little animal can be a bomb of fun and chaos. Number 8. Ballerina cappuccina. Elegant and minuscule, Ballerina cappuccina is literally a cappuccino cup in a tutu and ballet slippers. Of all the Italian brainrots, she personifies the juxtaposition of the everyday and the extravagant. An object as small and mundane as a coffee cup turned into a classical dancer. Standing just a few centimeters tall, this little cup has the grace of a professional ballerina. She is often depicted spinning on a saucer as if it were a stage, splashing a little coffee with each pirouette. Her presence is as adorable as it is comical, showcasing the absurd humor of the brainrot trend. In the stories, Ballerina Cappuccina dazzles in tiny theaters improvised in the Italian kitchen of the brainrot universe. Despite her small size, her performances have an epic drama. The cream dusted with cinnamon on her head forms an elegant bun as she executes a grand jeté from the espresso machine. The other characters often pause their chaotic antics for a moment to admire her refined dances. However, be careful not to interrupt her act. If she gets angry, she might spill boiling coffee on purpose. Her blend of delicacy and mischief shows that, even in a small package, there's room for art and humor. Number 7. Cappuccino Assassino. Don't be fooled by its size. This little cup of coffee has a dark side. Cappuccino Assassino is a seemingly innocent cappuccino cup, but with murderous intentions. Visually, it's similar to its ballerina counterpart, another little cappuccino cup. But instead of a tutu, it wields tiny ninja swords made from stirring sticks and wears a frown etched into the foam. It's no bigger than a normal cup, but it moves with the agility of a ninja. Its attacks are swift and precise, combining its small size with lethal martial skill. According to brainrot lore, Cappuccino Assassino was created when espresso was spilled on an ancient martial arts book, infusing the cup with a warrior's spirit. Its powers include coffee-based ninjutsu techniques, like throwing jets of boiling coffee like shurikens, or disappearing in a cloud of steam to reposition itself. It is said to master martial arts at superhuman speed, striking before a drop of coffee can hit the saucer. Despite being small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, it keeps the rest of the Brainrot creatures on edge with its unexpected fierceness. It is the personification of a dark joke, sweet at first sight, but dangerously caffeinated underneath. Number 6. Spioniero Golubiro. Behind this codename hides the spy bird of Italian Brainrot. Spioniero Golubiro is usually depicted as a pigeon or a small bird, with a tiny hat and trench coat, always lurking with a mischievous and conspiratorial air. Similar in size to a common urban bird, it is one of the smaller Brainrots compared to the giant beastly hybrids. Its sharp eyes and stealthy behavior make it the perfect informant. Nothing escapes the curious gaze of this winged mini-spy. In the Brainrot stories, Spioniero Golubiro acts as the group's secret agent, gathering valuable information from every corner of this chaotic universe. He is seen spying on clandestine meetings of other Brainrots from rooftops or eavesdropping on conversations while perched on statues. His small size allows him to infiltrate places impossible for other, larger characters. He often appears in videos with a distorted voice, whispering phrases in fake Italian, reporting the pranks and secret plans he has discovered. He is proof that even the most diminutive member of this world can play a fundamental role in the plot. Number 5. Boneca Ambalabu. This peculiar Italian Brainrot is a frog combined with a recycled tire. Boneca Ambalabu sports a tire for a body and athletic legs, allowing it to perform infinite leaps and execute spinning kicks capable of breaking structures. Despite carrying a heavy tire, it remains essentially a small, cunning frog, much tinier than colossal Brainrots like cactus elephants or flying crocodiles. Its modest size doesn't stop it from being a whirlwind of energy. Each jump bounces with comical force, and its kicks can topple obstacles larger than itself. In the surreal lore of the Brainrot world, Boneca Ambalabu is seen as a kind of acrobatic warrior. It lives in a swamp full of enchanted junk, where it uses its tire as both armor and a springboard to move quickly. When enemies threaten its territory, this little frog with a fighting spirit appears, somersaulting through the air and delivering strikes as swift as they are unexpected. With its mix of amphibian cuteness and explosive strength, Boneca Ambalabu proves that in the Brainrot universe, size is no obstacle to greatness. Number 4. Burbaloni Luliloli. Burbaloni Luliloli seems to be straight out of a children's fantasy. It's a creature apparently formed from floating bubbles. Of all the Italian Brainrots, this one is perhaps the most ethereal and light. Imagine a cluster of soap bubbles with eyes and a mouth, changing shape as it laughs with a bubbly voice. Its size can vary, but it is generally seen as being the size of a small balloon, placing it among the smaller Brainrots in stature. Its whimsical, nonsensical name reflects its cheerful and volatile personality. Burbaloni can expand or contract at will, appearing and disappearing in a soapy mist. In Brainrot lore, Burbaloni Luliloli usually lives in enchanted bathrooms or in the skies of surreal landscapes, literally exploding with laughter to escape its pursuers. When it's happy, its bubbles glow with pastel colors, and when it's angry, it can burst into a shower of mischievous bubbles that can throw anyone off. Although it lacks the brute force of other characters, this tiny being takes advantage of its gaseous form to slip through cracks and spy on conversations, or to momentarily envelop enemies in a soapy fog. With its effervescent charm, Burbaloni proves that the absurd creativity of Italian Brainrot also manifests in small and whimsical sizes. Number 3. Grypusi Medusi. In the number 3 spot, we find a truly curious and aquatic creature, Grypusi Medusi, known as the grape jellyfish of Italian Brainrot. This character is a small hybrid that combines a bunch of grapes with a gelatinous jellyfish. The result? Imagine transparent purple grapes floating like a miniature jellyfish, with thin tentacles that hang like vine tendrils. Its size is so small that it could fit in a fruit salad bowl, making it one of the tiniest creatures in this universe. It glows with a faint violet light underwater, and sometimes emits small electrical discharges, like static sparks, when frightened. According to Brainrot mythology, Grypusi medusae was found floating in some remote part of the Pacific Ocean, the result of a magical fruit cocktail spill near an enchanted reef. It is said to inhabit jelly lakes or surreal aquariums alongside other meanfish. Despite its tiny size, it has a shy but curious nature. It often approaches to examine other brainrots with its tentacoscopes, tentacle sensors, and then flees in a flash of light if it feels threatened. Its special power, jokingly, is to turn water into grape jelly for a short time, trapping anyone pursuing it in a sweet predicament. Grypusi medusae brings a touch of miniature marine fantasy to the brainrot world, reminding us that even the smallest combinations can be utterly fascinating. Number 2. Talpa de Ferro. Talpa de Ferro is literally an iron mole, a tiny living excavator that seems to have emerged from a steampunk dream. This character is a mechanical mole with a large drill for a snout, capable of piercing through anything that stands in its way. Despite being metallic, its size remains small. Imagine a toy-sized mole built from steel, with metal claws and glowing eyes ready for an underground adventure. Among the Italian brainrots, it stands out for being one of the smallest, but also one of the toughest, thanks to its robotic body. In the brainrot world, Talpa de Ferro is known for digging secret tunnels beneath absurd cities, and for being the group's tireless miner. It is said that it was forged during an underground war and tempered by tunnel fires, which gave it its indestructible metal shell. When it appears on the scene, you can hear it coming with the sound of a drill and flying sparks as it breaks through walls or the ground itself. It often rescues its friends from underground prisons or finds hidden treasures buried deep below. With its magical drill, Talpa de Ferro shows that the power to pierce through anything and sheer determination can fit into a small body. Number 1. Blueberrini octopussini. Finally, crowning the list, the tiniest of them all, Blueberrini octopussini. This character is a strange hybrid of a blueberry and an octopus, and as you can imagine, it's no bigger than a berry. Blueberrini octopussini looks like a small blue blueberry with tentacles, perhaps the size of a large marble. Its googly eyes protrude from its purplish blue skin, and its many tentacles allow it to move by rolling or crawling with a clumsy cuteness. It perfectly represents the brainrot trend's inclination for unexpected and absurd combinations, taken to the extreme of smallness. In the Italian brainrot comics, Blueberrini octopussini is often found living in enchanted desserts or in jars of magical jam. Despite its minuscule stature, it is quite mischievous. It likes to attach itself with its tentacles to the faces of larger brainrots to surprise them, or hide in pockets releasing blue dyes, a mix of octopus ink and blueberry juice, to leave comical stains. Some jokingly say it has the power to control fruit compotes or summon a sweet aroma that distracts enemies. If Tralalero Tralala, the giant shark with sneakers, started all the chaos, Blueberrini octopussini shows that this chaos also comes in a tiny package. It is the ultimate proof that, in the brainrot world, a small size can be accompanied by a giant imagination and guaranteed laughs.